Schneider, I'm your candidate. You'll let me know
yes,
when my
look at
time's
him
up.
right there.
He's the official timer?
Right, yes.
I'm your candidate for Circuit Court Group 4. My opponent is not here this afternoon. And first, in the 2 precious minutes that you're giving me to speak to you, there's no way that I can tell you about 20 years of diversified private practice. So I'm going to refer you to my website. There's a lot of information on there. It's www.alanbschneider4judge.com. I've given you most of my cards which have the website. And on there, that card, there's a great interview I had with Joyce Kaufman on her radio show. And you can listen to that, and we go through all the what you should look for, qualities in a judge, and there's no rush or anything like that. So the one highlight, if I had to leave you with anything, because you're going to hear from a lot of people today, and it's all going to sound like mishmash by the time you're done, because I do this almost every day now since April. I am different than every other candidate and sitting judge in that I am a business lawyer and I am a businessman. And I've been so for 20 years. I'm not a courthouse insider. I'm frustrated with the judicial system and the way things are being administered. And now is the time, if I'm ever going to do this, to step out of private practice and try to bring something to the bench that's not there. I heard a statistic the other day, 75% of the cases being filed are foreclosures. Yet 75 to 80% of all the judges and judicial candidates come out of the criminal justice system. And you're going to hear them all say, I was a public defender, I am a public defender, I'm a state attorney, and that's great. We need criminal lawyers on the bench, but we need people that can...
Okay, we're going to get a couple of questions, and then you have 30 seconds to close. Question for this man. Anybody?
I got a question.
Okay.
All right. How many years have you been practicing?
Almost 20 years.
20 years. And why did you pick Elijah Williams to run up against? Is there something that he's done wrong that you feel that he should be off the bench?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that question. When I decided that I wanted to come into this political process, and I'm not a politician, I am definitely an outsider. I'm not going to go choose to run against the best judge that's out there. I'm going to go run against who I think is the least qualified judge. And I did a lot of due diligence. And I have some serious concerns and issues about my opponent's qualifications, about his performance and conduct on the bench. And if you can give me 1 minute to...
You have 30 seconds to wrap this up.
All right. To wrap this up, I've run a very positive campaign. I've only talked good about everybody and myself and what I'm going to bring to the table. But we had our interviews with the Sun Sentinel for endorsements this week, and there's been a lot of commentary in the papers about my motives for choosing this opponent. Nobody ever asked me about it before they wrote why, and my opponent, to my face, told me that I am running against him. Please just give me 1 minute, because this is very important. And if you
Everyone has 30 seconds.
Okay. My opponent accused me of targeting him as a minority, and that's why I'm running against him. And that nothing could be further from the truth.
Okay, good.
And I want everybody to know that. And the only thing I want to leave you with is that, you know, racism, I hope, is not an issue in any of these campaigns. And I know it's not on my end.
Of course not.